Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're going to be teaching you how to play The Walking Dead Surrounded. Now this is a game from Button Shy Games, as you may have been able to guess from the carrying case here. And it's for 1 to 4 players, lasts about 20 minutes, and is recommended for ages 12 and up. 18 cards come with a base game, and there's an additional 6 cards in here from the Under Siege expansion. Every card has a location side as well as an occupant side. On the location side, you'll find the location's number and its name. You'll find an indication of the occupant at this location, a container icon, and the effect down here. On the occupant side, this is a leader based off of that star. This is a walker. Since there's 1X, it indicates this is only one walker. If you find one with 2 X's, that's actually 2 walkers. This is a survivor, and this particular survivor has an ability as well. To set up the game, first shuffle all the cards together to form a deck with the location side face up. You'll then take the top card and place it on the table to begin setting up your map. Take the next top card and flip it over and place it so that a walker is adjacent to your starting location. Now the player who most recently actually saw a walker will become the first player. Players will take turns in clockwise order as the active player take the deck and decide to either explore or occupy. You must make this decision before removing the top card. You are not allowed to look at the occupants of the top card, and you are not allowed to look through the deck to see what's coming up next. If you choose to explore, you'll place the top card adjacent to one or more occupants on the map. So, perhaps here. 2 cards are considered adjacent if they touch edge to edge, like you see here, or edge to edge, like you see here. Cards that are diagonal, such as the church and the highway, are not adjacent. It's also important to note that you must always place cards upright. You cannot rotate them in any way. They all must be upright and oriented in the same direction. And they must be aligned with an imaginary grid that extends in all directions from the starting location. So now that we have drawn a location and placed it next to an occupant, we now must try to spawn a walker if possible by flipping the next top card from the deck to its occupant side and place it so that a walker is adjacent to the new location. So you can see we have walkers down here, so we can't place it here, so we would have to place it up here. If this area up here had been occupied already as well, then this card could be placed next to any valid location, such as down here. But it can be placed here, so we will. However, if this card could not be placed at all for any reason, then we would discard it along with the remaining deck and then proceed to scoring. It's also important to note that at the beginning of your turn, if the location on the top card has a walker, or if you cannot place an occupant anywhere on the map, then you must explore. So that explains how to explore. The other option a player has on a turn is the occupy action. In that case, flip the top card to its occupant side and place it adjacent to one or more locations on the map. So maybe here. At the beginning of your turn, if you find that you cannot place a location anywhere on the map, then you must occupy. Also, if you've gotten down to just a single card in the deck, then you must occupy. And that's true even if there is a walker on the location. If there's no legal place on the map to occupy, then you simply discard that card and begin scoring. So as we've seen, certain survivors have special abilities, such as burn, swap, move, and look. Each turn, the player may use the ability of one human that became adjacent to a location that turn, either from occupying or spawning a walker. You may not use more than one ability per turn, and the map must remain connected after every ability, just as normal. The move ability allows you to move one occupant card to another valid space at a location it is currently adjacent to. The look ability allows you to peek at both sides of the top or bottom card of the deck and then return it to its location in the deck. The burn ability allows you to return any card from the map to the top or bottom of the deck with the location side up. The swap ability allows you to swap any 2 occupant cards that are adjacent to the same location. A location's occupants include occupants that touch the edge of a location, as well as any on the location itself. A location is surrounded if every edge is adjacent to an occupant card. This does not change if some occupants are eliminated in battle. A location is considered overrun if any walkers survive battle resolution. As we mentioned, the game ends when the deck is empty. For each location on the map, resolve any battles at that location and then score it. For a walker versus human battle, eliminate each walker by also eliminating a human at that location. So in this case, we can see we have 2 X's here, so that's a total of 2 walkers. And you can see there are also 2 humans, and so both walkers are eliminated, as are the 2 humans. If there were more walkers than humans, then you would eliminate as many walkers as possible. So in this situation, this human could eliminate this walker, but then we have 2 leaders left over at this location. If there are ever 2 or more leaders at a location after the battle, the leaders eliminate each other. To score a location, you look and see what's left after the battle. In this case, we have a survivor, which is worth 1 point, and then a leader, which is worth 1 point plus 1 point per survivor. So in this case, this leader is worth 2 points plus 1, so this location is now worth 3 points. Every walker at a location is worth minus 1 point. When considering walkers, we are looking at the number of X icons, and so in this case, this would be minus 2 points. This icon indicates a mercenary. Mercenaries are humans that do not count as leaders or survivors. Before resolving a battle at a location, if the mercenary is at that location, they eliminate all walkers. During scoring, you gain 1 point for each walker eliminated in this way. So in this case, 4 points. If a location is surrounded, then during scoring, you get to open any container there and gain its bonus. So in this case, you get 1 point plus a gas can, which would be used for scenario. 1 point plus a weapon used for scenarios. 1 point plus a medical kit, which is used for scenarios. 1 point plus an explosive, which is used for scenario. This one's important though, because if you don't surround it, you actually lose a point. So keep that in mind. This gives you plus 2 points, plus 3 points, and plus 5 points. If you're playing with just the base game, you have this score chart here to help you determine how good you did with your final score. If you are playing with the expansion, with the Under Siege expansion, you have an updated scoring chart here to take into account the additional cards. Also note that there is a scenario book with different scenarios you can play if you want to do more than just the random play that we were discussing throughout this video. The expansion provides some additional scenarios here, 19 through 24. And so that is how you play The Walking Dead Surrounded. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you want more great content. We have part 3 of our Kingdom Death Monster Gamblers Chess expansion coming soon, as well as part 3 of how to play Dungeon Universalis. So both of those instructional series are ongoing. And until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.